Okay, awesome. Hello, everyone. My name is Gustavo Figueroa, and I'm the CEO and founder of Dayout. Dayout is a all-in-one app for turning photos and videos into actionable plans. We have noticed that photos and videos are a great way of sharing information, but it doesn't always exactly translate to action. Consumption without value. We are all guilty of this, scrolling on our favorite social media, then 30 minutes pass and we have nothing to show for it. Sure, maybe we took some screenshots or sent some links to friends, but when it actually comes time to use those photos and videos, it's always difficult to adjust it to our situations. And a big part of that is social media wasn't designed for taking action. It's designed for passive consumption. But that's where Dayout comes in. Dayout is an app that still lets you watch photos and videos, but it's laid out in a structured time block format. So if you like the content, within a few clicks, you can add the plans to your calendar. No more screenshots, notes with links, or proposed ideas buried in group chats. But why now? Because the influencers who create this content aren't going anywhere. By 2027, the influencer economy will grow to nearly $48 billion. Gen Zers don't want to be movie stars. No, they want to be influencers. And let's be honest, the tools could be better. So as the market continues to grow, the content creating tools will also need to evolve with them. No more chasing algorithms and trends. And the market opportunity is massive with a total addressable market of $100 billion. But our focus at this moment is to target the serviceable obtainable market, the SOM, of $750 million, which involves partnering with micro influencers and macro influencers who already sell content online and have followers who trust them. And our business model is quite simple. We charge people a monthly subscription to be sellers on Dayout, and we take 40% of each Dayout sold, while the seller gets to keep 60% of each sale. Sounds like a lot, but in reality, this is quite lucrative, and we fully expect for this to become people's full-time jobs. Our motto is create it once and sell it infinitely. Traction from concept to real world testing. We do have some good momentum currently building up at the moment. We have graduated from a pre-accelerator program in San Antonio, Texas, where I'm located, back in June, ran by Geekdome. And we just released the app on Apple and Google Play Store last month. But we're just getting started. As this month comes to an end, we're launching our micro influencer outreach program, and next month we'll be expanding that to macro influencers. All of this is in preparation for the release of our monetization features that will go live in November. After that, we'll focus on our global reach and adding more social media features to increase retention on the app. I'm sure you can already imagine who our competition is, but honestly, knowing is doing what we are doing. We are the first content to calendar commerce platform, and we believe there's a massive opportunity for Dayout to change the world. And we feel confident because we have a talented team with people from all over the world. We're a well-rounded team of 15 fully remote, dedicated members who have been working on Dayout for over a year. And on the screen, you guys can see our leads for design, who's me, product management, and then our 2 developer leads and Esther, our marketing lead. And we just kind of started fundraising. This is actually our first big event. So we are in the pre-seed stage and looking for investors to raise 300,000 this round to expedite our efforts, maximize our exposure, and to get everyone working on a full-time basis. Because we built this entire app, everybody juggling other jobs. So thank you, everyone. And please connect with me if you would like, and let's turn scrolling into action. Thank you.
All right, Gustavo, what's going on, man? How are you?
Doing well. How are you guys?
I'm good. Thanks for the pitch. Quick question: what makes this the team to go tackle this? Can you tell me a little bit more about the background of the team?
Yeah, so the background of the team is, we're all pretty successful in the industries that, we all deal in right now. And everybody is just very passionate about that. I think to build this behind the scenes and not have any funding, and for us to be doing this for over a year, it takes a passionate group of people who have a lot of ambition because, we have other things going on in our lives. So we've kind of stayed the test of time, and we all kind of have a shared vision, which I think is important to kind of keep us together. So people have left, and then some people have stayed, and that's kind of been the trend. We've kind of grown a really core team that some people have been on the team for over a year, and there's no chance of anybody leaving. We really believe in what we're doing.
Sweet, thanks. Jair, Porter.
Yeah. So what do you feel is your competitive edge? Obviously, I mean, potentially being up against a Google or Meta is kind of a difficult competitor. What makes you think you have a chance against them? And then what is your long-term vision? Like, how do you see this scaling? Where do you see it exiting?
Yeah, so in terms of competing with those big names, really what separates us is just the structure and the level of I would say real estate you have to put information in. People try to use Instagram or a post and they try to put everything in the caption and then they put other things inside of the comments. Where with Dayout, we actually designed this for people to put as much information as they want inside of there and for it to be set up in a digestible way. Right now, we just have one template, which is the default template, but we could see in the future there being different categories. If you want to make a day out for traveling versus something for creating a new recipe or an event, the way that is going to be template is going to be created is going to look different from, that's one situation from the other, where Facebook, Instagram, all of them, they're kind of, they're stuck in their ways of it's a photo, video, you apply a post, where we structured this to really hold a lot more information and be more usable since it is in like a time blocking format. And in terms of, the future and what we want to do, we want to make this more of a social media feature because it's connectivity. We'll eventually have a profile page. You can follow people who create really cool plans. And then when they post something, oh, this person's doing this at 10 a.m. They're going for a run. I want to join that. So then you can click it and in 2 clicks, add it to your own calendar. So yeah, there's a lot of social media, direct messaging, share the group chat, all inside of the app. But really something we've identified, it's all very fragmented planning. You go on Instagram, you find something, then you have to send it in the group chat. And then, maybe you add it to your Google Calendar. It's just a lot of different apps to do one thing where we kind of combined everything in one app. And then we plan on letting other apps integrate into us to make it a better experience.
Amazing. Porter, any questions before we transition?
Yeah, I'll do a really quick one. I think it's a really interesting idea. I spend a lot of time categorizing, sourcing of information across my social media platforms. I'm wondering how you guys are leveraging AI, if at all, at this stage, and where you plan to integrate that to help optimize with all of the cross-population of information.
Yeah, so I think with the calendar is probably going to be our biggest opportunity. So we noticed you did this last week and you really liked it, or you keep doing this. And then, I think planning and using your calendar, managing all of that can be a little bit cumbersome. So I think that's our biggest opportunity with AI. But we really want to keep these like actual plans to be unique and authentic. So we don't want it to be very robotic. Like we want to hear about that one person who lives in New York City who has a very unique perspective of New York City rather than somebody just dropping some AI stuff in there. I mean, we can't combat that, but the way we're going to leverage AI is really just making the calendar easier to use.
Amazing. Thank you, Gustavo. And thank you to the judges. As someone who loves to scroll, I think the creator economy has been really interesting to see and also participate in as both the user and consumer. So excited to see the future of Dayout and really appreciate you taking our first technical difficulty on the chin as well. You did a great job. So with that, we are going to continue the show along. Before we move on to our next founder, I'm going to take a moment to give you a deeper introduction to one of our phenomenal judges.